Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our second match of the night, still in the Novice League. We've got the number 4 seed Crows going up against the number 5 seed and returning, or rather defending champions, the Spitfires. Your boy Psychonautic still in the booth, ready to bring that action straight to you. And I am joined by my GM and slave driver, Speed Demon. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, Psycho. Worked a long day, but now we're here. We got playoff action. I couldn't be more excited. I'm actually really pumped right now, and I don't know why. So, tonight's going to be a great night of casting.
Yes, I think it is. I think this game is going to be a really good game. If we want to take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at the screen, we'll put the playoff bracket up real quick. If you're just now joining us, so you can see kind of where things stand in the Novice League. We've got the Pawns versus Ignite. It's not filled in just yet, but the Ignite won that, so they moved on into that semifinals bracket. And now we've got the Crows versus the Spitfires. The winner of this match will be moving on into the semifinals against Ignite, who are looking really good. If you missed that last match, Ignite actually swept the Pawns and did it very convincingly.
Yes, I didn't quite get to watch that one. I was still traveling home from a 13.5-hour workday, but from what I heard, it was pretty all out Ignite, and I think this one we'll see a much closer of a game with these two. Spitfires 12-6, Crows 10-8. Spitfires defending champs, so they have what it takes to definitely show and make it to the grand finals and win it. So this should definitely be pretty good, especially with George back on the pitch for that returning team.
Yeah, I think so. And as we get directly into this action, Speed, let me hear your caster prediction. Who do you think is going to take this? Can Spitfires continue their playoff run, or do they get shut down by the Crows?
I really do think that they're going to get shut down by the Crows tonight, Psycho. I know that's a little bit of an unpopular opinion. Both the predictions, power ranking, and the survey, favored Spitfires by just a few margins, 5% roughly. And but I do think that this Crows team, with Finn, Chad, and Backuppy, all three of them have looked really good as of late, and I think they're going to be able to pull this one off in Game 6.
Well, I certainly hope they can, because I'll tell you what, Backup gets a lot of praise from a couple of different players. They always say that he's the best novice player out there, and now is his time to shine and show that off. And I know Finn is making his return. This is his return season to Nemesis, and last time he was here, I think it was season 5, if I'm not mistaken, where he made it all the way to the grand finals with Ignite and ended up, I believe, losing to Frost in the grand finals, game 6 or game 7. So I'm sure he's ready to get back into the playoff saddle and make hopefully a run that's at least equal to what he did in his first season. It'll have to start here in this game number 1. This is a best-of-7 series to decide who moves on to the semifinals. Neither team able to find the back of the net yet. A minute and a half gone so far. Jorbage trying to get that shot, but he just collides with Backup. Paranoid Monk with the long shot and the double whiff from the Crows. Going to end up in a score for the Spitfires.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful shot right there by Paranoid Monk. Picking up wide open space in the middle of the field. Decides to put a banger on, and that couldn't have been slotted almost any better. That was pretty close to being almost a perfect top shelf slot there by Paranoid. And he's going to give the Spitfires that early 1-0 lead, and that's not something you want to see if you're a Crows fan, as this Spitfires team does not need any extra space or time or advantage, and they'll beat you anyways without it.
Yeah, that's very true. And, Jorbage, one of those players that isn't outstanding in the regular season, but if you let this man into the playoffs, he just turns it on. It's like a switch. During the regular season, he's mid, he's doing his thing, he's vibing, but then once he hits the playoffs, it's like he's a completely different player. And if the Crows aren't careful, he might just peak on him like he did Frost last season.
Oh, last season he peaked so beautifully in that grand finals match, and he definitely earned that finals MVP. So you got to also put that into effect too. You do have the reigning finals MVP in this lobby on this Spitfires team, so that's another thing to look at in this match as well, Psycho.
Yep, and if Crows aren't careful, they're going to find their demise here tonight. As Spitfires are still up by 1, 2 minutes left on the clock. We're in the second half of game number 1, and Jorb is trying to get the shot, but he can't get it through. Backup trying to follow it out. Paranoid Monks with it. Off the backboard, down to Jorbage. He's there, but his shot not going to be on target. Back up out of the corner. He gets beat out by Brendy. Brendy just a little bit too strong, looking for the bump. Monk not able to find the touch. A dropped opportunity for the Spitfires there to increase their lead, but Brendy finding the pass from Jorbage. That was beautiful.
That was a nice dunk and pass right there, centering it for Brindy. Brindy going up high, sending it down on target, looking beautiful there. But Psycho, I do have to admit, what's not looking beautiful is this Crows defense. I think we saw in the last 20 seconds before that goal, about 4 whiffs coming out from the Crows defense themselves, not able to make contact as a shot comes out again by Paranoid Monk, but that one goes just wide.
Yeah, Crows not looking super hot in the defensive, on the defensive side of things, but this is game number 1. It might just be the jitters of the first game back in the playoffs. This is a little bit different than what the energy you would be anticipating in a regular match, as losing here does end your season and send you home. With 60 seconds left on the clock, Crows still down by 2. Down by 3 as Jorbage finds the pass from Brindy and rotates out on the pass. Like, these guys just find each other.
They do. Out of their 3 goals, 2 of them have been assisted, and each of the members on the Spitfires now is sitting on the scoreboard with a goal apiece. So they're spreading out the work for us pretty evenly, and that's pretty hard for a team to stop when you don't have to pick one player to try to shut down. You have to worry about all 3 right now, and Spitfires are doing beautiful offensively and defensively, as they've only let up 1 shot still with 30 seconds remaining in this game 1.
And Chad in the backfield pops it up, can't get it through. Brindy in the mid, and the demo coming out from Jorbeast, and he leaves an open net. Now the Spitfires are up by 4.
Yeah, and that's a full play right there by Jorbage. Definitely beast mode right there. He gets the demo, and it looked like he was trying to let that one go in, but he saw the defender getting a little close, so he decided to tuck that one in. But it looked like he was trying to give that goal to Brindy, as he was able to put that one on target. So nice thought there by Jorbage, but ended up getting it for himself.
The final 10 seconds. It's pretty much impossible at this point for the Crows to come back. Spitfires all but having this in the bag. The ball just needed to touch the ground. Spitfires, your winners in game number 1, looking quite convincing. If the Crows don't make some massive changes to what's going on their half of the field, they're going to be in some big trouble here, Speed. We might have back-to-back sweeps.
Oh, let's not see that. We've seen too many sweeps here in the playoffs. I want to see some good, challenging, exciting game 7s, game 6s at least here in the playoff, Psycho. But the way the Crows played in that first one and the way the Spitfires played, that is definitely a possibility that we can be looking at if the Crows decide not to turn this around. They definitely have what it takes. I've seen all 3 of these players, really pop off as of late and have looked really good before. But for some reason, I think they just have, these playoff best of 7 stream game jitters, and they just have to find a way to get over it. And, hopefully they're able to do that here in game number 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping they are. I'm expecting to see a lot out of this Crows roster. They've been maybe not all of them been hyping up, because Backup doesn't really talk too much in the Discord, but Finn's definitely been hyping his team up, saying that he's definitely going to grand finals. He's winning this season. So with all the hype that he's been building behind the Crows, it would certainly be a shame for them to just, well, 1, it'd be a shame to get knocked out, and 2, it'd be a shame to get swept out. But we'll have to see Backup making a car change. We'll see if that changes anything for his performance. To be honest with you, Speed, though, I'm expecting to see a lot more from Finn. Finn likes to talk a lot about how big of a player he was when he was on Ignite in season 5, and that performance right there in game number 1 just wasn't it.
And it really wasn't. You know, I have played with Finn pretty recently as well. About 2-3 weeks ago before the break and a little right before playoffs started. And he was actually looking pretty good. And coming in, talking about Finn yet again is he's going to step up. He's going to show us that he is here to play and that he is, you know, if the same player, if not better than back in season 5, as he's going to give the Crows their first goal and an early lead.
Ask and you shall receive. You'll love to see it. Finn stepping up. I don't know if he's listening to the stream or not, but I'll take anything I can get as the Crows take the lead. They did it quite quick there, as you pointed out, Speed. Jorbage. A little bit of a mechanical error there. Paranoid Monk trying to get the pot shot, but it doesn't go. Brindy with a shot of his own. It's going to bounce off the post. And Finn off the sidewall. Puts it on, but Monk going to beat out his teammate to the ball and get that ball cleared away. Back up, sticking with it. Gets it past 2 and out of the corner. Finn coming in a little bit too early. Can't find the angle on the ball. Finn going to turn back on it, but Jorbage takes it away from him in the corner. Backup's there. He sends it down to the mid, but his teammate just not fast enough to get to it before it gets cleared away. Paranoid Monk keeping the pressure for the Spitfires, looking to get a pass. Backup taking it away. The triple commit coming out from the Crows, but Backup able to keep it together and make a save on that ball. Paranoid Monk sends it into the corner. Finn trying to set things up. Backup with the shot. Brindy with the block and the clear and the demo in the midfield. Jorbage trying to get this counterattack going, but the Crows going to shut things down. Paranoid off the backboard. Finn gets the touch to clear it away. Almost 2 minutes gone now, Speed, and the Crows still holding the lead. Spitfires still shotless.
Still shotless. And one thing, you know, we talked about is Finn needing to step up. And I think Finn is playing really quick, really fast, and really aggressive in this game. And something we didn't see in the first one. And I think that is what's the difference right now. It may be causing a little bit of double commits, but a lot of the times on those double commits, he's still winning those 50s and those plays. So it's still working to their advantage. I just think that, you know, his teammates need to get used to that and let him kind of do what he's doing, because right now it's working for the Crows.
Yes, it certainly is, but will it continue to work as we reach the halfway point here in game number 2? The Crows on the offensive side of things. Finn trying to get it to the backboard, trying to find a teammate in the mid. Back up with the long ball, and he gets it past the defenders, perfectly slotted in the lower left hand.
What a beautiful back pass there by Finn, setting up backup-y, and what a beautiful finish right there. Placing it wasn't the fastest or hardest shot, but the placement is what's key there, and he placed it right where the defender couldn't get. Perfect shot, gives the Crows the 2-0 advantage, and that's the way you bounce back after going, you know, scoreless and getting beat 3-0 in game number 1. That's how you bounce back right there.
That is exactly how you bounce back. That's how you put the Spitfire roster on their toes, but they still got 2 minutes to make something happen, so I wouldn't count the Spitfires out just yet. As Finn tries to get it through Brindy in the corner, the double commit from Spitfires comes out, back up with the shot, can't get it past the defender. Finn trying to stick with it. Monk to take it away from him. Monk missing his touch. Brindy gonna help him out in the midfield. Brindy getting bumped and bumping, doing a little bumping of his own. Here's a Chad putting a shot on, but Paranoid Monk sending it away, getting his savior medal here in game number 2. Paranoid Monk missing his touch out of the corner. Jorbage can't beat out the defender. Brindy keeping the pressure alive, but back up, popping it up. Brindy's there for it. Coming off the ceiling, there for Paranoid. Finn with a great save on the goal line, keeping the Spitfires at 0 points. With 1 minute left on the clock here, Speed. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the Crows from game 1 to game 2. I don't know if Spitfires can actually come back against how they're playing right this minute.
Right this minute, I don't think they can. If they're going to, they need it soon, because the momentum that the Crows have right now is pretty good. They're playing fast, they're playing smart, and they're playing really mechanically as well. Everything's just looking really sound for the Crows right now. And Spitfires, not much has changed from their game 1 to game 2. Just Crows have just really taken what the Spitfires came with and have met that and came back at even harder force.
And 30 seconds left for the Spitfires to get something on the board, stop that clock, and go back to the kickoff line and try and score off of that. But will they be able to do it? Finn trying to find Chad in the mid. This could still be dangerous, but backup's not there. Brindy's got time. Brindy pops it over one in the mid, but Chad just sends it flying. And that is pretty much all she wrote for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We only need the ball to hit the ground to secure Crows win, and we have now a tied series, 1-1. And that ball's finally going to touch. Crows officially your winners of game number 2. And yeah, I'd say this is about anybody's game right now. Speed, it's looking like it's going to be a back and forth, maybe a game 7.
Yeah, it is looking really good. It's going to be, huge telling on how this series is going to go, depending on how the Spitfires can bounce back in this game number 3. We already saw how Crows can bounce back. We know that they have it in the tank, taking a pretty defeating loss and being able to bounce back and turn that into a pretty, convincing win. So can the Spitfires do the same? Because if they can't, then I'm going to have to, keep that advantage towards the Crows. Because we know if Spitfires do manage to take another game, that the Crows will be able to bounce back. So that this game is going to be a really huge telltale to see how Spitfires turn around and bounce back.
Yeah, and I think Jorbage being at the bottom of the Spitfires on the scoreboard is very telling of what happened during that game. Not that, he's the only one that can get anything done, as we see Monk with 3 saves, but only 1 shot. The Spitfires that game just weren't about the offensive pressure. And I think that they really need Jorbage in the midfield, causing a lot of problems for the Crows and, stealing the balls and not allowing the Crows to get offensive pressure. So that way the Spitfires can focus on their own offense.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And, with how this man plays in the playoffs, as the shot's going to come out early by Jorbage, but that one's going to bounce up and hit the crossbar. An unlucky attempt there by Jorbage. And, Crows are going to get lucky on that one, as this game's going to remain scoreless. But, just as I was trying to state is, the 2 players on each team respectively is Jorbage and Finn. We're looking to those 2 to really have an impact on this, as they've had probably the most playoff experience out of anyone on the pitch right now for both teams respectively. So, we saw Finn pop off in that last game, and, look how the Crows game turned out for them. They got the win in the first game, all-around team effort, but really held together by Jorbage in that first game for the Spitfires, and that gave them that advantage. So it's really going to be a battle. This series is going to be a battle by those 2 players and their playoff experience and how they're going to handle it.
And who will take the advantage early in the series by winning game number 3, go up 2-1 in the series? Will it be the Crows? Will it be Spitfires? 4 minutes to find out, as Brindy takes it in his backfield. Brindy missing it. Chad with the touch. Back up, getting it out to the center. Jorbage, not to let it get in front of his net. Jorbage not able to clear it past Finn. Finn with the awkward touch. Finding the back pass to Chad. Back up there. Off the backboard. Chad gonna finish it off. Crows taking the lead.
Ooh, and I thought we were going to have a novice moment there, as the Chad scared me a little bit, as this one wide open net, and he decides to go off the post and in. I mean, you do you, but that scared me as a caster, thinking that he was going to miss that, but ends up giving the Crows the 1-0 lead. And, they're continuing this, hot streak that they are on right now. And, Spitfires, you got to bounce back, as you are now gone at least 6.5 minutes scoreless on 3 unanswered goals.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate position to be in for any team, but Spitfires hoping to pull things back, hoping to pull the reins in. Jorbage getting I think that was just kind of lucky. It looked like his shot was off, but bounced off a defender.
Yeah, and that is very unlucky for the Crows, as backup, he's trying to rotate to the back post, gets in the way of Jorbage's wide shot, and yes, does hit that in. So Gonna tie this one back up. They finally get their answer here, as they did go, almost a full 7 minutes scoreless. But this is now back to anyone's game, and they gotta find one of their own if they want to win this one. Hopefully, as they did get a little lucky there.
But sometimes luck's the name of the game. No matter what level of gameplay it is, there's a level of luck incorporated when it comes to Rocket League. And we've got a big novice moment there, as I don't know what happened. There was all sorts of whiffs and bumps, and just everybody was cleared off that ball. Everybody got yeeted and partially deleted. And oh my goodness, Monk just slots that one past 3 defenders.
Oh, I don't know if that hit the defender off of. Did that hit off of Finn?
Oh,
yeah.
It did.
Oh, Finn trying to make the save, clearing it to the side. Didn't realize that he had a teammate in position behind him, and he is going to own goal, as both goals in this game now for the Spitfires have come off of an own goal by the Crows. So, Crows, they got to bounce back. We know they can, but they have to find it and, not let the Spitfires gain too much momentum off of the 2 own goals.
Yeah, Spitfire's just letting the Crows play themselves here in game number 3. But will they be able to maintain? Will they be able to hold this lead? Brindy with the shot, but he gets immediately demoed. Jorbich to clean it up, and now the Spitfires have extended their lead by 2.
Yeah, you let the Spitfires warm up, feel good after, beating them pretty handily. But the 2 own goals giving them some life here, and now they're starting to find goals of their own, making good plays. Hard hits off of the backboard, which we know novices sometimes have a hard time trying to read those defensive plays off their own backboard. So, they're really picking up and trying to figure out how to beat this Crows team.
They're doing quite a good job right now in game number 3. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. They've got a lead of 2. They just got to hold off, play good defense, and wind down that clock. Crows trying to mount another offensive push. Finney in the midfield. Finn with it, missing his second touch. Jorbich not going to be able to stick with it either. Back up. Gets the touch. Out of the corner, missing the second. Jorbich gets dunked by Chad. Off the back wall, Finn with the touch. It's just going to pop up. Crows holding most of the pressure right now, but they can't seem to get control of the ball to actually take any shots on net. And Spitfires just keep pushing it back out to the mid. Jorbich with a shot back up there to make the stop. 60 seconds now left on the clock. And Spitfires still up by 2. The triple commit from the Spitfires comes out. Backups there to Finn. Finn doubles commits on a teammate and doesn't work into a conversion. 45 seconds left here, Speed. And I'm not sure if the Crows are going to be able to make a comeback, as it seems they're starting to panic a little bit.
Yeah, panic coming out, but a good demo there, leaving the backboard open, and Finn trying to get the touch on the missed shot, unable to do so. And now we do hit the 30-second mark here, Psycho, and if they want any chance in coming back, they need a goal now to leave them as much time as possible to be able to get that second one. They need to tie this one up.
I don't think they're going to be able to get it, to be honest. I mean, they've only got 2 shots on net. They are staying mostly in the Spitfires' defensive zone, but they're just not able to actually get any shots on net. As the final seconds wind down, this game is all but wrapped up for the Spitfires. Winners of game number 3. They're now up 2-1 in this best-of-7 series.
Yeah, and, unfortunate for the Crows, 2 of the goals there for the Spitfires did come off of own goals. So, they got to clean up their defense a little bit. But other than that, both of these teams, they did look fairly even throughout this game itself. Just, a little unfortunate touches there by the Crows defensively. However, like you did say, Crows did have a lot of offensive pressure, just didn't really amount to anything. Only coming out with 2 shots compared to the Spitfires' 8. But, we've seen that back and forth between all 3 games so far. Games 1 and 3, Spitfires had a huge shot advantage, and game 2, Crows had a huge shot advantage over the Spitfires. So, there's a little bit of a trend going, and we'll see if the Crows can, turn that one back around and get advantage in the shots and come away with another win here.
And it does look like the Crows are opting to sub out backup for their. I'm not sure if Backup's the sub or if Embers is a sub, but they're taking back out up, putting Embers in as we move into game number 4. I'm interested to see here, Speed. I don't know if that's going to be the move for them or not, but hey, it's what they're opting to do, so hopefully it works out for them.
I hope it does work out for them, as I don't know much about Embers, and I'm pretty sure Embers is the sub. So, maybe it's just a thing where, they're not quite feeling the rotations there with Backuppy or whatever the case may be, and and they think that Embers has something else in store for them that will give them the slight advantage. But they have lost 2. It is now kind of go big or go home. So anything that they might have to take an advantage over the Spitfires roster, they're going to try to do.
Yeah, I can't blame them. Try and switch up the strats a little bit, see if it works out, though. It's not looking so good for them so far in the first 30 seconds. I've already seen at least 1 double commit come out, and Spitfires already have 2 confirmed shots on the board. Spitfires are kind of suffocating them right now. We'll see how they adapt in the coming in the rest of the game. As Jorba's taking a shot on net, Embers with the stop. That ball was dangerously sitting in front of the net. Chad descended into his own corner. Embers with the awkward touch. Finn missing his. Jorbage can't get the shot to go, as it's going to go wide. Brindy keeping the pressure up for Spitfires. Gets it past one Finn to bang that one out. Embers missing the redirect in the midfield. Finn's still going to stick with it. He peels off of it as Chad is going to doink it off of the top of Monk. Embers out to the mid, but Monk with the big clear. Chad all the way back in the Crows zone. He gets the second touch. Brindy send it out to the side. And we still got a 0-0 game. 1 minute and 30 seconds now gone from this clock. Spitfire still holding most of the offensive pressure, though it does seem like Crows are starting to wake up a little bit here, Speed.
Yeah, it does look like that, and it looks like Embers starting to get better touches, making better reads on the ball, which you do kind of expect. He did sit out the first 3 games not playing, so, give him a little time to get acclimated. So now that he's warmed up, he's making better plays, it looks like, better touches. Let's see if maybe now he can try to make a difference in this game.
And Chad trying to go with the solo play, can't get it past Jorbage. Embers almost finds an incredible angle, but it bounces off the post and out. Finn off the sidewall, gets a touch. Paranoid down to Brindy. Brindy has the 50 with the defender. Embers to send that one out. Finn gonna send it backwards and towards the mid. Jorbage is there. Up to Brindy. Brindy can't get it past the defender. Crows staying strong in the defensive zone, though they're gonna need to get out of their defensive zone and start applying some pressure. Monk gonna start things off for the Spitfires and take the lead.
And that's just a great solo play right there by Monk. Beautiful clear, gets the beautiful read, and he's just quicker to that ball. Unable to get there in time was, I believe, is a Chad that was sitting in net, and he's just going to get beat there. And that's just, you got to give hats off to Paranoid there. That's just a great solo play by him. He was really quick and fast to that. Not something you see too often here in the Novice League.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes you just got to monkey the ball, though. Sometimes you just got to not stop going after it. And it paid off for Monk right there. Embers with the shot, but it hits the post. Finn trying to get the cleanup, but can't get it through. Monk gonna hold strong defensively. And Brindy with the block. As Chad trying to get it out of the corner. He's awkward, gets the touch, but Monk is gonna take it away from him. Embers rotated back third. Makes an easy stop for the Crows. Embers with a weak touch out of the corner. Brindy coming in, putting it in the center. Chad taking it away. Brindy trying to get the shot, but it goes off of the defender's car. And Embers clears that one out. Brindy popping it back to the mid. Gonna stick with it. Gets the ground pinch. Sending it towards the net, but Finn makes the stop. Paranoid Monk leaving it for Jorbage. Jorbage coming out of the corner. Can't beat out Embers to the ball. As Monk gonna send it back down. Pressure still in favor of the Spitfires, and Spitfires are still leading this game as we move into the final 60 seconds. I don't know what to say here, to be honest with you, Speed. Crows are doing better than they were in game number 3. That's for certain. They've already got 5 shots, but it's kind of like the last Novice game we saw with the Pawns. The Pawns were putting on shots up to 12 shots in a game, but none of their shots were threatening. They were all just so weak.
Yeah, and Embers has had a couple threatening shots that were just wide off of the post that were also on some tough angles. So, you can't really blame him for missing those shots that he did take. But I just feel like Embers is playing really well. I think that might have been the right switch there. But again, we're seeing Finn. He's having some ping issues, it looks like, but he's also not playing like he was in that game too. He's not really quick. He's not really fast. But the defense by the Crows is coming out strong. Embers making a huge impact with 4 shots, 3 saves already. You just have to get Izachad or Finn to start really playing with him to make something happen, and I think this could be a deadly lineup for them.
Yeah, it could very well be. Monk gonna get one for the road. Gets, I believe, his second goal of this game. And with 1 second left on the clock, that's pretty much all she wrote for the Crows. Spitfire is gonna be the winners of game number 4. They're now sitting at match point, and it looks like Finn's asking for a reset of the server after this match. He was dealing with some ping issues.
Yeah, and that is unfortunate. Almost the whole game I did see, Finn's ping being kind of crazy. So I don't blame him for asking for that reset. But like I said, if Finn and Embers, the way that Embers just showed up and played after coming in pretty cold, he had a rough minute and a half, then it looked really good. So it does look like they're also asking for the lobby to be reset, and they're going to take their tactical timeout as well. So we are going to have a little bit of a break here. It's smart to use their tactical timeout. They are down 3-1. But like I said, I think with those two, they look really good. If they're both on together, that could be some trouble for the Spitfires.
Yeah, it certainly could. And it looked like Finn was actually asking for a reset of the game, not of the lobby. But I'm not sure if he's aware of the rules. But anybody out there in the crowd that's not aware, you actually have to call for that in the first 60 seconds, I believe. And there's also some scoring stipulations. I think the score has to be within 1 point or something along those lines. But you can't wait till the end of the match and then ask for the match to be restarted because you were lagging or DCing 2 minutes into the match. That's not the way the rules are set up here. So we are going to reset the lobby, but they're not going to get a reset on the game. Game 4 is going to remain in favor of the Spitfires win moving forward. That's just that's unfortunate, but you got to read the rule book, got to know the rules. So Spitfires now 3-1 in the series. Crows taking that tactical timeout. Hopefully it works out for them. They're definitely going to need something moving forward because they are in between a rock and a hard spot right now, Speed.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep saying it. Finn is the difference maker. We really saw him play fast and mechanical and solid all around in that game number 2. And look at what happened. They shut out this really powerful and defending champs in Jorbage and the Spitfires roster. And, games 1, 3, and 4, he didn't play the greatest. And, it definitely showed that Spitfires were the better team in those games. So, like I said, he has to come out and he has to be the one to make a difference for this Crows roster if they want to turn this around and force this into a game 7 and even force this into a game 6 and then possibly a game 7 after that and try to take this win. So it's going to be huge right here. This game has to come out. They have to come out early and often and really put a dent and, try to get into this Spitfires roster's head and, make them have any doubts about, even possibly trying to survive the rest of this series.
Yeah, they got to do something because they're in a do and die moment. It looks like actually Finn joined up and then left, and backup joined. So I think they're taking Finn out and putting backup in. I'm not sure if he's having maybe he's got back in this lobby and he's still having a ping issue. So he's decided to let backup join in for the Crows. We'll see how that works out. Might not work out too great for him, especially if you're right about Finn being the difference maker here. But we'll have to see how Ember's backup and Chad work out. And we got a little bit of a novice moment here, I think, as one of the Spitfires members join the Crows side of things, but looks like we're just going to barrel on through it and get things going here. Game number 5. Spitfires sitting at match point, 3-1 in the series. Crows in danger of their season ending and going home. Brindy trying to take a shot. My bad, Speed. What's going on, buddy?
No, you're all good. I was just gonna say, yeah. You know, I'm really curious to see on how this roster here with the Crows is gonna be without Finn in it. But you know, if he is still having those lagging issues, it's definitely important. And he did do the right thing with letting, you know, the 3 able internet players to play it out, as that is probably going to be their best chance.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but also a strong defense is going to be a good chance. But Monk going to come in with a great pass play there to get it past Embers in the front post, and Jorb is just ready for it. He knew it was coming, and he's not going to miss an open net.
No, he is not, and that's a beautiful setup right there. Beautiful play by the Spitfires, getting started early. Paranoid, nice little beat, gets the last defender, and Jorbich there to clean it up. The man that is always hungry for goals. You know he's going to be there if you can give him a wide open net. So Spitfires starting off early. Still got plenty of time left, though, if you're the Crows. And these 3 just got to really find a way to turn it up and turn it up quick.
And hopefully they're able to do just that. You'd hate to see their season end without at least taking it to a Game 7. Is Chad coming out of the midfield, gets it out of the corner. Embers is there, but he can't beat out Brindy. Backup trying to throw a wrench in it. Doesn't want to let Spitfires get too much on the offensive side of things. And Embers with a big defensive demo there on Brindy in the corner. Paranoid with the shot's going to go wide. Jorbich trying to clean it up off the post and out, and then cleared away. Embers going to miss his ball in the midfield. Chad with the big bang off to the side. Chad again, but he misses the second touch. Can't get the shot to go. Backup with the pop out to the mid. Paranoid putting it down. Backup rotating and making a huge save, but he can't make the second one. Jorbich gonna steal that goal from Brindy.
Yeah, Backup. He makes a beautiful first save. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to quite get the full clear out, and then unable to get that second save there. And Jorbich, like you said, did steal that goal. You know, he wants the stats. He's still trying to get, you know, the MVP race here. So he's still gonna get those stats when he wants them, and he's feeling good right about now.
Yeah, I mean, some people are about the stats. Some people want the accolades. Some people just want the win. Everybody's here for a different reason. But Jorbich definitely here to play, showing up as we anticipated he would do here in the playoffs. But can Crows pull it back as we enter the second half of game number 5? Do or die moment for them. They're down by 2 in this game, but they are 1 loss away from losing the series and going home for the rest of the season. Chad, 50 in with Monk. Brindy to clear that one out. Backup with the pinch in the midfield. Gets it past. We got the double commit coming out. Backup going to pull off, and another double commit from the Crows. This could be a counterattack from Spitfires. But Ember does a good job of rotating back in time. Jorbich taking it away from him. That's down in front of the net. Chad making the stop. Paranoid Monk sending the waterfall down, but Chad again is there off of the backboard playing great defense. But Crows need more than good defense at this point. Chad with another save. Oh my God, he's cracked. But Monk doesn't care. He's going to send it in anyways. You send enough shots down speed, one's bound to land.
Yeah, and it looks like when the Crows are making saves and great defensive plays, they're not getting the clears out that they need, and Spitfires are right there. They're reading it every time, and they're ending up scoring off of them. But I've also seen the Crows miss a lot of defensive touches, and it hasn't panned out for the Spitfires. So I'm not saying that like it's a tactic they should do, but you know, stats are stats, and you know, when they're whiffing defensively, it's working better than when they're actually hitting the ball defensively right now.
Yeah, and that's a tough position to be in. Just as tough as the position that the Crows are in with only just a minute left on the clock. They're down by 3. This is looking very bleak for them as they need to score 3 goals just to tie it up to send it into overtime. Chad trying to barrel through the defense, trying to clear the lane for his teammates. Embers pops it off the side. Jorbage is there, up to Monk. Monk off the backboard. And Jorbage there again, but his shot gets deflected, goes high. Monk also putting a shot on, but it's weak. Ember's going to save that one away. And Ember's trying to get something going here, but I don't know if it's going to work for him, Speed.
I don't know if it is either. You know, we're down to the final 35 seconds here, and the Spitfires have all the pressure. Everything's just going for them right now. And, you know, this Crows roster, you know, they have managed to get 5 shots, but they haven't been very threatening shots at all. And Spitfires are going to run away with this one as there's only 18 seconds left. And the chances that this Crows roster, with how they played so far in this game number 5, I just aren't going to be able to get it done.
Yeah, no, it'd have to be 3 consecutive kickoffs or a goal and then 2 consecutive kickoffs. And now it's just not even mathematically possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Spitfires are your winners here in the quarterfinals. They secure their spot in the semis against Ignite. Moving forward, congratulations to the Spitfires.
Yeah, congratulations to Spitfires. You know, they definitely earned it and they deserved it. And now they have a date with a very hot and very, very good Ignite team. And, you know, that's gonna be a really fun match to watch and possibly even cast Psycho, as, you know, Ignite got into the playoffs and kicked out the Vandals because of the whole conference thing. And Jorbage did not like that. You know, he said Vandals got robbed. And so I think Jorbage is going to take this as a very personal game as well and really want to get this game under their belt and, you know, take out that really hot Ignite team because of that. Also because he wants to get another chip and make his way to the grand finals again.
Of course, everybody does, but only one team can get there and secure the chip. Will it be the Spitfires? Will it be Ignite? We won't know until probably next week, I would assume. I think we got some games tomorrow night, but I'm not exactly sure what we got lined up. However, that does wrap us up for our second game of the night. We got one more on the docket for you, ladies and gentlemen. Speed, I want to thank you joining me here in the booth. It was a pleasure casting next to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Psycho. And yes, we do have one more banger of a matchup tonight. Right after this, going to be a quick break, as that one is going to be slated for probably 9:50 start. So don't go away too long. Quick bathroom break, quick drinks, and we'll be back with the Spartans versus Pinnacles.